We are going to find out right now. It's time for the starting lineups. You see Norfolk State versus Hampton. Grant, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, of course, for Hampton, it starts with Joe Bryant, Mr. Everything, reigning MEAC player of the year. And then, of course, on the other end, you know, for Hampton, they're going to have to come out and play well. I think the point guard play, Russell Dean, nicknamed Deuce, has to be the leader, has to step up and play big.
All right, this is it. It's perfectly timed for rivalry week. Norfolk State University versus Hampton University. 15 minutes apart. No love lost between these two programs.
No love lost at all. So expect the intensity to be top shelf here.
Norfolk State with the first attempt. Terrence Jones off the rim.
Jones not really known for his shooting, more defensive stopper. Hampton leaving him wide open on that three-point attempt.
Hampton's first shot is no good by Deuce. Russell Deuce Dean.
Of course, Norfolk State, Robert Jones going to use a lot of guys, uses his depth to his advantage, and certainly rebounding is a must. Keeping the Spartans off the glass if you're the Pirates.
Jordan Nesbitt dumps it down to Kyrese Mullen. Ball reversal ends up with the shot off the glass. No good.
And that's been the struggle for Hampton this year. Outside perimeter shooting, they haven't been efficient from downtown. So much here today.
Neither team able to get a bucket to drop so far.
And sometimes you can get so excited, jacked up, rivalry. You hear on national television in Newark, great environment. So expect these teams to settle down as this game gets going.
Absolutely. With the band showcase between these two games, it was live in here. First bucket by Kyrese Mullen from Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, great cut inside, but Jordan Nesbitt, you know, his length, his size, his competitive nature, great pass right there. We talked to Ed Joyner yesterday. He said Nesbitt is the X factor, Jordan Nesbitt, for this team.
Norfolk still waiting to get on the board. Jordan Nesbitt attacking the gut. He kicks it out. Godwin swings it around. Jordan Nesbitt again with the ball. Nesbitt for three.
And that's a big shot right there, an important shot for Hampton. Norfolk State does a great job of denying dribble penetration. They really help in the paint on drives. So you have to be able to knock down perimeter jump shots against this defense.
And that was a two. My mistake. Hampton off and running. Godwin gets the other attempt, no good, and now we have a whistle.
Nesbitt right here off the bounce, attacking. And of course, Mullen underneath didn't stand still, moved against the sight line of the defense to open spot. And then Nesbitt again stepping up, pulling up in the grill from long range. Tote was on the line, but right now, if you're Ed Joyner and the Pirates faithful, you're happy with this start on both ends for Hampton.
Yes. Norfolk looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Still nothing. Hampton out in transition.
And Bankston taking that three, not really known for shooting three-pointers, although he's hit 50% this year, but he hasn't shot a high volume of them. Certainly, you know, Robert Jones wants him inside where he's more efficient.
Seven on the shot clock for Hampton. Deflection and steal. Tyrese Jenkins ends up with the ball. He finds Bryant Jr. Unfortunately, Joe turns it over.
2 turnovers here. You know, Norfolk State, they're going to trap anytime Hampton gets the ball in the post. They will not let you go one-on-one in the post or mid-post. Just unable to convert off of that turnover, turning it over themselves.
Jordan Nesbitt will be going to the line. We'll be back with more HBCU basketball.
Happy to have you here and think the world of you. Were my old head, my vet, when we played together in Detroit. And but to have this opportunity for your alma mater to go against its big rival, Norfolk State, on national television, like, what does that got to be like right now for these student athletes out here competing?
Hey, the cool thing about it is Hampton Roads. Remember, it starts with Hampton first. Then you can get over to Norfolk. Norfolk's on the other side somewhere. I don't know where, but I don't even know how to get there. Oh, Church Street. Is that a street anymore? I just love it that, you know, you have these rivals. And every time I played against the Norfolk State Spartans, man, it was nothing but intensity, always that kind of edge, those edge games like you were with North Carolina. And Stephanie, you were there with Morgan and all those Baltimore schools. That's how you had that edge.
It's a good point, Rick. I mean, people, I don't think truly understand unless they've experienced it, but think back to the days when you played, because the players today, they said they don't even like each other. They live close, but they're not friends.
No, you're not friends anymore. You become friends later. Like Bobby Dandridge always calls me from anytime Hampton played Norfolk, Marty Miller, the athletic director there, they always call just to rub salt in the wound if we lost. But they never pick up the phone when I call them. So, hey, that's the rivalry. We left it on the court. You keep it moving.
And, of course, Rick, this HBCUs, today's an opportunity to celebrate the excellence at HBCUs. Just talk about, like, your experience at Hampton, being a part of this HBCU community back when you were in college.
You kind of, you know, Grant, unfortunately, it was Division II at the time. I love the growth of what HBCUs are doing now. It starts with, you start with, those are the bones that you laid, and you go, okay, this is how you compete. This is the things that you have to do, especially not only on the court, but in life. And this is what Hampton has always said, education for life, and that's what I love about it. And I think the new president, Darrell Williams, is going to do a great job. Athletic director, Paula Jackson. I got to really know them, especially with the little ceremony that I had. But one thing about going to a historically black college, you know who you are once you leave.
I love that, Rick. And I don't belittle it. Do not say little ceremony. Much congratulations to you. I know your jersey's been retired for a while, but they celebrated you, and you deserve it.
You know, I felt home, and it felt like being home to get back there to, engage with most of the people that I've left there, but also that came down to see that. It was more for them, more for the school, because when you walk into Hampton, at least you want to see these banners up there, because when you walk into Duke, I know Cameron Hall is not that big anymore, but those are the things that you have to look at. So I like it. I'm up in the rafters, and hey, that's a legacy that you'll never have to take down.
You know, Rick, you talk about Hampton. You mentioned when you were there, they were a Division II program. Now, obviously, in the Colonial Athletic CAA conference, not in the MEAC anymore. And so just the progress and obviously the vision, being a part of that. What kind of impact do you think that will have on this program and recruiting and just continuing to grow the success of Hampton basketball?
To me, when you join in the CAA conference, the fact that you, like you just said, Grant, it helps with recruiting. You're playing against some good teams. The other night, Hampton beat William & Mary. And it's a coach on the Pistons team that I gave him the business. I said, you know what? We beat y'all, and that's what you have to do. It was just the fact that it's about recruiting. It's about more notoriety. It's the fact that you can compete on that level. It's always been different. Division II, Division whatever, Division III, and whatever. The thing is, it gives everybody a chance to be on an equal playing field.
Wait, Stephanie, did I hear him right that he was talking trash, giving the business to a teammate? That doesn't even sound like Rick to talk trash.
I believe I did hear that, and I'm in disbelief myself.
Yeah, there's a new Rick Mahorn.
Well, listen, I got to give somebody, hey, G, you know how we used to do at practice until someone upset you, and you, oh my gosh, boy, I don't even want to, that's something we'll talk about another day, but that was nothing but love. Hey, Stephanie, I told him, I said, you know what, I'm going to get you today. I'm going to bust your butt today. He was like, all right, we'll bring it. But then this young little rookie said something, I want some of that. Grant's whole complexion and his face just changed. He said, oh, you going to get some of that. You going to get some of that. I was dying, and I felt so bad for him. I ain't going to say it's Charles O'Bannon, but it's okay.
See, right now, Rick is ruining my good guy image, you know. No, but those were great memories.
Please.
And Rick, you know, those were great memories playing with you. I watched you and admired you growing up in Washington with the Bullets, and you played with Jeff Ruland. Went to Detroit, had great success, and then came back to Detroit when I was fortunate to be there. And I tell you what, I just, you know, got to give you your flowers. I learned so much from you. I enjoyed being around you. I learned not just on the court, but off the court, how to be a professional, and more than worthy and overdue to get your recognition again from your alma mater, to be here, to join us and have fun here this afternoon.
Hey, I just want to make sure that you and Stephanie know. I know when Stephanie was coaching, and with you, I just love the way that you represent what basketball is all about. You've always been a class act. Your family's always been class. And I'll tell you right now, both of you guys doing television, it's a beautiful thing. I thank you so much for letting me be in your lives, and this is what it's all about.
We appreciate you, man. And, you know, just know that you still can't guard me.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll still give you buckets.
Oh,
Rick.
Hey, I gotta go.
Thank you, Rick. Love you, Rick. Congratulations again.
Rick.
We'll be right back, guys. Back inside the Prudential Center, let's take a look at some HBCU alum in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, four of the best to play the game. Obviously, the Pearl, Earl of Monroe, Willis Reed, Sam Jones, master of the bank shot, and then, of course, Ben Wallace recently, keeping with that Detroit connection,
yes.
Rick Mahorn. So there's been some great basketball players historically that have been a part of the NBA, and they're still funneling into the NBA to this day.
Yes, they are. In fact, Norfolk State, remember they had Kyle O'Quinn, who went on to the NBA, and Coach Jones recruited him out of New York. The Invesco QQQ Legacy Classic is brought to you by Invesco QQQ. Invesco QQQ is proud to support HBCU students and student athletes on and off the court. And by Walmart. Save more money, live better. Norfolk State up 13-10 over Hampton.
And right now, Norfolk State, they like to get into this like 2-2-1 full court press after a free throw. They couldn't convert right there. We talk about a team that just has great depth, and they play a lot of guys. Robert Jones will funnel his players in and out.
Turnover. The attempt in transition is no good, but the foul is there. Daryl Anderson will go to the free throw line. Speaking of Robert Jones, there he is, head coach of Norfolk State University. The Spartans, it's his 10th season. He was 2019 and 2021 MEAC Coach of the Year. And this is what every coach wants to hear. Contract extension. He is signed through the 27-28 season.
Yeah, no, job security, and rightfully so. The job that he has done here, building this culture, making it a winning program. And I'll tell you what was great. We had a chance to visit with him yesterday. He talked about how after last year's team that won the MEAC, got to the NCAA tournament, 12 guys returning to his team. In this day and age with the transfer portal and players leaving, not happy with minutes, playing time, all of that. These guys love being there, playing for Coach Jones, love the campus, in the atmosphere there. And so just a credit to him and the program that he's established. They need to make sure he's signed up to, I think, through 2030,
right.
2035 with the job he's done.
They should probably look into that.
I'm negotiating for him.
You should do it. It's been impressive. Back-to-back MEAC tournament champions, 3 regular season championships. So what he said was true. They're trying to make history. They're trying to make this year be the 6th championship.
Yeah, it's tough to do, but this team is experienced and has great coaching, great culture, and right now Joe Bryant called for a turnover there, and you know, Bryant, in my opinion, the best player in the MEAC. I mean, he has dominated the last few years and hasn't been able to really get off just yet here in this game, but too talented, too skilled. Needs to calm down, settle down, let the game come to him and make an impact.
Yes, he's the reigning MEAC Player of the Year, first team All-MEAC last season, back-to-back MEAC Tournament Most Outstanding Player. So it's not just in your opinion, Mr. Hill. I think it's the consensus.
I agree. I'm a man of the people. I agree with folks.
You are. You're very much. Oh, I like the attack. There he is, trying to get going. Joe Bryant Jr. attacking the glass.
Yeah, when you're struggling a little bit, just get to the rim. Easy basket. That's what Bryant did right there.
3 is good for Marquise Godwin, excuse me.
Yeah, Godwin, he's really one of the consistent and efficient three-point shooters. Leads the team in three-pointers made and three-point field goal percentage at 40% for the Pirates.
That says a lot, though, because it's one thing to shoot 40% and you only take a couple.
Right.
But if you're leading the team in attempts and percentage, you're a legit shooter.
No question.
Deuce attacking the rim. He gets called for the charge.
And right here, you see in this play, Bryant getting to the rim and fell into the cheerleaders. I think they were holding him back, not letting him get back on defense. But on the other end, Goodwin, you got to stay attached to him. And, of course, you have to love it when your best player sacrifices his body, takes the charge, but a little gimpy right now going to the bench.
You don't like that.
Don't like that at all. And he had in the last game they played, he had an incident where he had a nice little collision, had to go out of the game for a while. So keep an eye on his health here as the game proceeds.
Hugely important, not just for today.
No question.
Isaiah Chambers attempts the bucket, no good. He's from Chesapeake, Virginia.
And he can hit that. He can hit that three-pointer from the top of the key, shoots it with confidence.
Jordan Nesbitt using the ball screen. Foul called on Terrence Jones. Here's a look at Hampton University coach Edward Joyner Jr., call him Buck. It's his 14th season as the coach with the Pirates. 3 NCAA tournament appearances for Hampton.
Yeah, we had a chance to visit with Ed Joyner yesterday from the DMV area. Yes. Grew up there, moved to Charlotte, but just talking about this team, felt like the last 5 games they were starting to really understand each other better and sort of building that a level of comfortability emotionally as a ball club. So it's been interesting because they joined that new conference, so everything brand new to this team, but they're competing and certainly playing good, strong basketball here against their rivals today.
Now a one-point game, Hampton up 18-17.
And with Hampton, you know, they're not a great rebounding team, but they've done a pretty good job keeping Norfolk State off of the offensive glass. That and knocking down and being efficient from the field is going to be the key for the Pirates.
Here's a look at Hampton's conference moves. They were in the MEAC for 23 years. Then they moved to the Big South. Had 4 seasons there, and now this is brand new in the CAA.
Yeah, no, it is. And we talked to Ricky Horn earlier. I mean, just, that opportunity, hopefully now as you move in and you're playing against teams like George Washington and William & Mary and George Mason and others, it's a great opportunity for the athletic department. But also it's unsettling, trying to figure things out as a team and starting to come together. And this could be a big opportunity against a very good and very talented Spartans ball player.
Yes, very deep. 3 attempts by Dana Tate Jr. is no good.
Everything on the perimeter right now for Norfolk State. Nothing getting to the basket or to the free throw line.
Well, okay, that was to the basket by Jordan Nesbitt.
Yeah, he has been impressive. He drives, but he has a physicality about him when he turns that corner.
Norfolk trying to be patient. Three-pointer is no good by Terrence Jones. Hampton with the rebound.
And right now, 1 for 13 from the three-point line, Norfolk State. So everything on the perimeter contested. As I said earlier, nothing in the paint for high percentage shot. And of course, give credit to Hampton's defense, keeping them on the perimeter. I think this guy, Kahim Brown, has got to really take over. He's capable of getting in the paint, getting to the free throw line. Once again, 1 for 14 now on the three-pointers for the Spartans. Actually, Ed Joyner probably very pleased with this game plan and their execution defensively, and then really slowing the game down, being methodical, getting a good shot opportunity every time on the offensive end is what this Pirates team has to do. Not like that possession there.
Right, but hey, the effort is there, yes. Norfolk State, 1 for 14 from 3, 5 for 7. Make that 6 for 8 for 2.
And Kahim Brown, he's tall, he's crafty, strong. He's really good at drawing fouls, but really good, as you saw in that last play, just getting into the paint and making things happen.
Godwin, deep 3, and it's good.
And stares at the Norfolk State bench after knocking down that three-pointer. He said it's personal in this matchup.
Woo, look out.
Yeah, I like it. I think Tate's got to get going. He is too good, too talented. He's had some big games, particularly as of late.
Terrence Jones with the runner.
And they needed that. I mean, Terrence Jones is more of a defensive specialist for this team, but offense struggling a bit right now for Norfolk State. And everything seems to be clicking as Raymond Bethea shows that he's got the strength and gives him a little too small sign.
Yes, he did.
On that layup.
I mean, right at him, too. This is what we've been looking forward to, though. The chippiness is on 10 right now. Another three-pointer attempted and no good by Norfolk. That was Kahim Brown. Good ball reversal by Hampton, resulting in a bucket and some more chatter.
And Stephanie, great team awareness in transition. The ball swinging around the perimeter and finding the open three-point shooter. A lot of excitement here right now. Godwin, the hot hand. They found him. And to our producer, Jeff Randolph, play me my theme music.
And I don't believe you're going to foul, but say if something happened there, you got to sit for 14 minutes versus, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get you right back. They only playing 7 people, 8 people. We got to be able to enforce our will a little bit, impose our will a little bit, man. Everybody, I told him already, I'm telling everybody else, raise your level right now. Raise your level, raise your level.
Inside tracks, I love it, listening to the coaches. Taylor, you've got some more insight on some of these coaches.
Absolutely, Stephanie. I was just in that Hampton huddle, and he said, you guys, they went to zone because they don't want to defend us. He told them to exploit that. He also said, listen, believe in yourself. These next 4 minutes are ours. You don't really need me to tell you much because I know what this game means to you. Continue to believe in yourself. Stephanie?
Thank you, Taylor. It's been impressive to see these coaches interacting with these student athletes. 3 is good. Somebody might be getting warmed up. That's Joe Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant, too good, too talented. But it has been. Just to hear these coaches, hear them implore their guys to compete, to play hard, to make adjustments during the game. Some of the best and brightest coaching here on display today. It's fun to watch, Stephanie.
It is fun to watch. So glad you all at home are with us. We'll be back with more basketball.
Welcome back to Prudential Center. I'm Yao Bonsu. The men's NCAA tournament is a little over a month away, and for Norfolk State and Hampton, they are no strangers to big upsets. What started in 2001, 15-seeded Hampton down 9 to 2-seeded Iowa State with 7 minutes left. The Pirates rallied back to upset the Cyclones 58-57 off of Tarvis Williams' game winner. And March Madness on the men's side went 11 years to the day without a 15-2 upset until Norfolk State took down Missouri 86-84 in 2012. Kyle O'Quinn, you may remember that name, a game-winning 3. The Spartans won the game despite 0 points from their bench. And Stephanie, this year, Norfolk State is hoping for its 3rd straight tournament appearance. Hampton looking for its 1st since 2016.
Yao Bonsu, excellent job reporting. Thank you so much. Yao Bonsu is part of our student crew that we have here on location for the Legacy Classic. He's our reporter, and he's been doing a terrific job. Working double duty, in fact, Yao is. This is his 2nd game in 1 day.
Yeah, he is working double duty. They might need to let Tracy know to make him permanent the way he is. He's very talented.
He is very talented.
And
3 is good.
And he is very talented as well. Joe Bryant Jr., too good to not have an impact. Went to the bench, got a little banged up. Now coming out here and getting his team back in the game here.
Yes, we knew he was going to get hot. He's their leading scorer, their leading assist maker. There was no chance he was going to lay quietly.
This sort of matchup zone here by Norfolk State.
Oh, look at that look. And the finish. That was terrific. Raymond Bethea Jr. with the up and under.
Yeah, great cut, pass, finish was spectacular.
Oh, called a travel. Good effort, though. We talked about the student crew. Here they are. Look at these young ladies and gentlemen doing an excellent job here on TNT. This is the Invesco QQQ Legacy Classic HBCU basketball on TNT.
And ladies and gentlemen, right now, Marquise Godwin has really been on fire, locked and loaded from 3, made his first and started feeling it. Contested threes, and the team understanding that he's hot, finding him. Godwin getting it done from downtown. 12 points on 4 for 6 from the 3-point line here early.
And I think our Taylor Rooks has more on Godwin.
Yes, I do, Stephanie and Grant. You are absolutely right. You know, Coach Joyner said it very clearly to us. He's the shooter, and today he needs him to make shots at all 3 levels. When I was talking to Godwin, he told me point blank he can shoot with anybody in the country. He just needs the opportunity to show everybody. And he added, unfortunately for them, that's against Norfolk State. Stephanie.
I like that.
I love that. Taylor, thank you. I mean, you reported earlier, Taylor, when you talked to the players about how they just don't like each other. They're not friends because they see the opposing uniform. It's so interesting to me because of the proximity of the campuses. And you can attest to this, Grant, the Duke-Carolina rivalry, how close you are. That means you see each other. You might play in the same pickup games in the offseason. Like, this is a part of your everyday life. So this right here, between the lines, is real.
Yeah, very similar. And, you know, look, you don't like each other, but there's a respect. You know, you understand, and certainly it speaks to both programs' legacies and sort of history and tradition. And so, you know, you can have a great season But if you lose to one another, then the season's all for nothing. It's a wash, exactly. But these two programs, these two coaches, they do respect one another, but they want to beat each other bad. And I tell you, both fan bases, alumni have really traveled well and are well represented here in Newark in this game.
Yes, they are. And it's been fun to watch. And we're just getting started. This is still the first half of basketball. Hampton is up by 2 here, 2:20 to go.
And Hampton, they've done a good job attacking this zone off the bounce. Dribble penetration or passing into the middle and getting the defense to collapse, and that in some ways has created some opportunities for Godwin from downtown.
6 on the shot clock. Foul is called. Kyrese Mullen attacking. He'll go to the line.
A lot of it, Jordan Nesbitt, his ability off the bounce created that opportunity. And Kyrese Mullen, just a strong young man, freshman, great rebounder, gives a presence inside for the Pirates.
The Invesco QQQ Legacy Classic is brought to you by Toyota. Never underestimate the power of a nudge. .202 left in the first half. Hampton up 31-28. Kyrese Mullen, now he makes the second of his free throws.
Norfolk just can't get back over the hump, sort of getting back into this game. But it's not going to be a blow. This is going to be a fight for both teams, literally. I mean, they're going to have to, every possession, really fight and scrap for each opportunity to score.
Nice pass. Beautiful. Dana Tate Jr. finishes.
And Tate obviously has been inconsistent this year. They need him desperately to play big, and sometimes you got to just see the ball go through the basket to get going, and maybe that'll get him going.
Well, he has the potential. He's high for the season so far. It's 24 points, so you know he has it in him. Raymond Bethea with the bucket.
And interesting, Norfolk State, they play at the slowest pace in the MEAC. So they're very deliberate on offense. Not a lot of easy baskets for them in transition. And so this has actually worked maybe into the favor of Hampton thus far, as their defense in the half court has been superb.
Dana Tate Jr. with a turnaround jumper. It's good right before the shot clock expired.
Yeah, that was a good shot right there. He's getting it going. He's scoring 8.8 points per game, but has come on strong in recent games. He's averaging 21 points on 60% shooting in the last 2, and then 7 for 12 from downtown. So really the X factor and versatility all over the court. Tate with that kind of potential.
Foul called. Robert Jones, head coach for Norfolk State University, constantly coaching. I love it.
Well, you know, these are obviously teachable moments, and they're coaches, but they're teachers. And you have young men, and obviously in women's sports as well, coaches play a big role. It's about the values you learn from sport that apply to life, and the passion and the care that, you know, Coach Robert Jones, Coach Ed Joyner, all these coaches have for their players on display here, and trying to get the most out of them in this big rivalry game against their neighbors.
Coach Joyner told us something yesterday that was so interesting. He said, I'm just like the professors on campus, but the only thing is when I teach, I get graded on my exam right there in that moment by everybody.
Very true.
Earlier this afternoon, Grant, we had the pleasure of watching.
Who can make the little plays to ultimately win the game for their ball club.
It is going to come through in the end. We can't wait. And before we get started with the half, let's check in with our Taylor Rooks.
Hey, Stephanie, I was able to speak to Coach Jones coming out of the half. He said he wants to see his team play with more urgency. He said they're actually taking their opponent for granted right now. He said it's a rivalry game. You all need to step up. We should also anticipate maybe a bigger half coming from Joe Bryant Jr. He said in the locker room, he looked at him and said, you are supposed to be the face of the program. You're on a big stage. Go out there and be the face of the program. He said you have something to prove. This is the time to do just that. Stephanie?
Taylor, thank you so much. And, you know, we talked about it, Grant, with Bryant Jr. He's got 8 points, and he is their leading scorer and the reigning MEAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, right now, really, I mean, it's been a lot of Tate and a lot of Kaheem Brown off the bench, giving Norfolk State a big boost. But Bryant's going to have to step up, and, you know, 8 points is good, but he's going to have to be great in the second half.
Right, and to your point, Grant, the bench for Norfolk State's outscored Hampton's bench 23-0.
We have. You know, Norfolk State, one thing about their defense, they give up a lot of three-pointers, and teams shoot a high percentage of threes against them.
Okay, then.
Right on cue, first possession, Bryant responding to Robert Jones and taking it to the hole. And talk about responding. It's pretty much what it was like in the first half for Hampton. Godwin getting open from three.
My goodness. I like it. First half, it took both teams a while to settle in and score their first bucket. Second half, boom, right out the gate.
I like this pace. Can we keep it up?
I love it. 6th lead change of the game. I anticipate many more. Now the 7th lead change.
Right here, Nesbitt has been so good getting into the paint, making something happen for his team.
You said it. Aggressive. That's Jordan Nesbitt off the bounce.
And I don't know if that was the best shot on that possession, but when you're locked in and you're playing your rival, your neighbor, great things can sometimes happen.
That's 12 points for Nesbitt.
Bankston has not scored. Too important to this team. Not able to get off in the low box there.
My goodness, through traffic, the turnaround jumper on the baseline by Chris Bankston.
And I like what Nesbitt here. Low shot clock, fade away, 2 people on him. That's next level. And then on the other end, Bankston, before the double team comes, spun baseline, spun back to the middle. Great touch, drawing the foul. 3 people were there, and so Bankston also knows he has to get going, get involved. You see his numbers for the season, but you know, in that first half, he wasn't too effective. Had 5 rebounds, 3 offensive on the glass, but he's got to get in the scoring column. Too important to the Spartans' attack.
Chris Bankston last year, second team All-MEAC and All-Defensive team. He's averaging over 1 block per game, so he certainly knows how to get it done. I expect that we're going to be saying his name a lot more in this half.
I think you're right.
On the shot clock. Norfolk State's pressure almost worked. Hampton got the ball back.
And they got a new clock as well. Not sure if the clock should have been restarted there. No one had possession on that play. Be interesting to see on the replay.
Yes, and Coach Robert Jones agrees with you for Norfolk State. Deflection, another deflection. Bryant back in action, lobs it up. Chris Bankston, ladies and gentlemen. The strong finish in transition.
Wow.
Classic defense leading to offense.
No question. You can feel the intensity rise on this end, the defense, and Bankston. Obviously, we see his quick hands there against Nesbitt, which led to that turnover. Great save. And, of course, Bryant, throw it up high. Bankston with the ups and dunks with authority. Yeah, that's old school, but, you know, we still raise the roof.
We still do that. threw that down strong.
He did.
That was impressive. I like the drive off the dribble. That was George. No, excuse me. No, that was Deuce. Russell Dean for Hampton.
Yeah, Deuce with the deuce right there. Right now, Kaheem Brown and Deuce chatting a little bit. A little chippy.
Just asking what they had for lunch. Tried to drop it off, but turned it over. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Strong attack by Jordan Nesbitt for Hampton. He did get called for the charge.
Jordan Nesbitt was getting his steps together, was going to try to make a holster on Joe Bryant right there. I love the attempt, just couldn't execute. And obviously Bryant was able to take that charge. Another big charge, had one in the first half.
Yeah.
And then we talked earlier, Bryant getting the steal, almost running into us, but getting back in play. Just throw it up. Bankston goes and gets it. Oh, man. Now, I read somewhere that Bankston had like a 40-inch vertical,
oh my goodness,
which is amazing at 6'9". And you know what? It shows right there the athleticism and the power and strength.
I mean, from the side, that was beautiful. If you tuned in to see good basketball, you are in the right spot. We've got a huge rival between Hampton and Norfolk State, the Battle of the Bay. And another bucket by Chris Bankston.
And that's the sweet spot. When you go against a 2-3 zone, move the ball around, find that free throw line, and now you have an opportunity to shoot, drive, or pass. And Bankston able to get two.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Everybody catch your breath. More to come on TNT. And we're back for the Invesco QQQ Legacy Classic. This is game 2 of our doubleheader featuring HBCU basketball here on TNT. This is a rivalry. It's affectionately known as the Battle of the Bay between Norfolk State University Spartans and the Hampton University Pirates. 3-point game here, Grant, as we are into the second half, and it has not disappointed.
It has not. And both teams are really laying it all on the line right now. And Norfolk State, sort of that momentum from that long three-pointer at the end of the first half by Tate, they've carried that momentum here into the second half, and they've gotten off to a good start. And really, it's been because of their defense being able to frustrate and create steals. They just cannot foul and put Hampton at the free throw line.
So important, defense. You know, you hear the adages. Defense wins championships. We see it all the time. I mean, you can't even go on a good run if you can't get a stop.
Well, good teams, championship level teams at all levels, they're grounded in their defense and their ability to get stops. Right now, both teams are competing on that end of the floor and making life difficult for the offense.
Norfolk State trying to work the ball around. Turnover. Hampton is out. Nice look inside. And it drops. Excellent job by Bethea. Joe Bryant in the paint. Turnaround jumper's good.
I like that. Getting him around in the zone, in the interior there. He's too good. He plays under control, has a great feel and understanding of the game, and obviously can score at all levels.
Hampton working in the paint and denied. Chris Bankston is making his mark on this game offensively, and then with that block, now the assist attempt. Basket's no good by Norfolk State.
Just stifling defense right now. Both teams getting some block shots, and right now slowing it down for Hampton. Let them run their sets, get this defense to shift of the Spartans, and really it's been about putting the ball in the hands of Nesbitt and letting him create and facilitate.
Oh, double team here by Norfolk State.
Wow.
Good find.
That was incredible right there. To be able to see and find and have the vision, double team, whipping that ball 30 feet, finding the open man, and Nesbitt locked and loaded and prepared here against his defense.
That was beautiful basketball.
Oh. Now, you know, we see a lot of NBA, and, you know, I like to, you know, look at somebody like a Luka, a LeBron James to make that, or even Jokic. You know, I know that's elite company to be compared to, but being double team trapped, you got Bankston on you who's 6'9", and just able to wrap around pass through traffic to the open man.
On the money.
On the money. I would have thrown that thing in the 10th row if I did that.
Jordan Nesbitt with the good eyes and the good pass, and Bethea with the finish. That was terrific. We got a foul.
I'll tell you, Joe Bryant has spent a lot of time in this game on the ground, taking charges, driving, getting fouled, but just great. He understands he's getting pressured there by Dean, so he just attacks the pressure and able to draw the foul. Staying aggressive, a must for Joe Bryant and his team.
So important. I mean, he's a proven commodity, so you know defenses are geared toward him. He's figuring it out, though.
I tell you, inside on the interior, Kyrese Mullen, his presence defensively, his ability to contest shots, and then secure the defensive rebound.
Look at the defense. Deuce. And then he drops it off. Kyrese Mullen unable to finish.
Yeah, tough play right there. Just beautiful defense, great anticipation. And then the handles there from Deuce. A little crossover, got quick hands, attack, and just drop it off right there. And, you know, it looked like on that play, Mullen just kind of fumbled the pass, didn't gather it correctly, and may have contributed to that missed opportunity. But every opportunity you have to seize in this close game.
Deuce with the handles, you're right. In and out, then crossover.
And that sweet spot right there at that free throw line, if somebody flashes from Norfolk State, they'll have an opportunity to attack.
Bryant with the deep three attempt, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, or you can do that.
That works. We knew this would happen. We knew that the reigning player of the year for the MEAC conference was not going to be quiet.
He is responding. His team, his coach imploring him to do more, and stepping up and doing just that. Good hands there defensively inside by Tyrese Jenkins. And another steal by Dean.
Big drop off there. Able to finish it. Raymond Bethea.
And now Hampton there. A little frustrated. Felt like Bethea was fouled on that layup, but just scrapping right now. Fighting, junking the game up. Defensively, Hampton having success.
Terrence Jones attacking. Finishing.
Spin cycle.
Jordan Nesbitt serving. He gets double teamed. Last time that happened, wasn't a good result for the Spartans.
A better trap right there by the Spartans.
Out of bounds. Godwin stepped on the sideline.
And Jones driving middle, spinning, laying. Both teams competing. Woo. This is a good one here in Newark.
That, Grant, women can do anything that men can do, especially in sports, because we all grew up playing it and loving it. And these women have done an extraordinary job in leading their departments and being leaders on campus. and being excellent role models, not just for little girls, but for all people looking up to them.
I agree. I agree with everything you said right there, and I'm proud that these HBCUs are embodying the full spirit of diversity.
Yes. Joe Bryant Jr. is not disappointing us. He did not have a tremendous first half in terms of scoring output. He had 8. And he's on fire here in the second. Another opportunity for Hampton, no good by Mullins, and he looks hobbling. He's motioned to the bench to come out.
He is limping right now. Too important to this team. 3-point barrage right now out of that last timeout. First it was Joe Bryant pulling from deep. And then, of course, Norfolk State taking advantage of the hobbling Mullen, finding Tate in the corner. It's all Norfolk State. Raining threes from downtown.
Here's a look at what happened to Mullen. You can see as he goes up and comes down, that left foot turns his ankle. And then here he is during that timeout, trying to gather himself and get it together. He is now walking to the bench. It looks like he's leaving.
That's a tough play right there for Hampton, and of course for that young man, so important. Hampton doesn't go to their bench often. They play their starters the bulk of the minutes. He's the interior presence, the rebounder, the anchor on the defense. So you hope for their sake that he can get back and contribute the rest of this game. And I just want to say with Mullen, he's one of 4 freshmen in the nation to average at least 3 offensive rebounds per game this season. So just a blue-collar mentality, a Rick Mahorn mentality.
If you will. Nice. If you are just joining us, we had the great Rick Mahorn on our show as a guest. Alumni of Hampton University, NBA veteran and great.
Of course, when he played, it was Hampton Institute.
It was.
Certainly has changed, and now Hampton University.
Under 10 minutes to go in this game. The Battle of the Bay is in Newark.
Livingston right there, getting physical, getting a little chippy, taking the challenge. Quentin Livingston, a freshman, and has earned his way to play over the last few games and getting it done with his defense. And I thought on that play on the down screen, or before that, Bankston set a really hard screen on Livingston as Bryant was coming off that down screen, and I like that intensity right there. You got to keep your emotions under control. You don't want to give up a tech.
That's right.
And right there, Livingston pushing Bankston. And then says, "Who? What did I do?"
Right.
I didn't do nothing. He's important here. He plays defense. I love that he's taking the challenge on Bryant, and you've got to keep your composure. Look, as Bryant goes down under the basket, Bankston turns and sets a screen, and they went right through and pushed each other right. That could have been a foul either way, probably on Livingston. And then it was a clean screen right there. He just pushes Bankston. You can't do that right there. No. Let's see now when this happens, who responds to this, as it looks like Bankston might have been called not just for the foul, but also a technical for pushing after the foul was called.
And we knew that this matchup would be contentious.
We did. We knew that for sure. And, but look, right now, assuming Bryant makes this free throw, you're down 10, 9 minutes left. Got to lock and load and just be comfortable on defense. You don't have Mullen out there. You have to get it done collectively as a unit playing small ball.
Speaking of Mullen, let's go down to Taylor Rooks.
So I was watching Mullen interact with the trainer, Stephanie. I then asked her how he's doing. She said he's going to give it a go and see how long it lasts, see how it feels. So see him going out there now, but it'll certainly be something to keep an eye on, Stephanie.
Perfect. Taylor, thank you so much. Taylor's been working so hard today.
Yeah, she's been all over the place.
All
she's been busy.
over it.
Yeah.
We will keep our eye. Mullen in, number 3 now for Hampton. Norfolk is starting to walk that walk.
Well, great teams find a way to execute, and just a simple out-of-bounds play. A little confusion. Both went out to the corner. And then right there, Nesbitt, a little late, grabs the waist of Tate, gets him low, but great concentration and finish right there. And the collective celebration and emotion of Norfolk State on display. Right now, the Spartans are trying to pull away. I have to think that Hampton has another run left in them as we get to the 9-minute mark here in the second half.
Dana Tate Jr. completing the three-point play. He's got 17 now in the game. And you can see the intensity getting picked up by Norfolk.
And right now, it looks like Ed Joyner trying to buy some time. He has Russell Dean and Jordan Nesbitt on the bench. They played so many minutes in this game, trying to give them a rest. Also, Raymond Bethea, 13-point lead, could easily go more. So I wonder how long Coach Joyner will keep them out there. Got to give him a quick breather, though. Oh, excuse me, Russell Dean is out there. I didn't see he was taking the ball out.
9 minutes to go in the game. The Battle of the Bay is underway. Dean attempting the three, no good. Gets his own rebound,
Good
drops
pass.
it off to Kyrese Mullen.
I love that. Dean not giving up on the play, missed it, got the rebound, and just want to stay attached here. And when you get down like that late, you just every possession, just win the possession. Don't look at the lead, just win the possession defensively and offensively if you're Hampton.
Norfolk State bucket. Dana Tate Jr. has found his rhythm. He's got 19 now on 8 for 11.
And that was a strong, confident shot right there by Tate.
Norfolk State, Grant, shooting 80% from the field.
Wow.
In the second half. Offensive rebound and putback is good. Daniel Bannister for Hampton. It's getting good, ladies and gentlemen. HBCU basketball.
No turnovers and stops. You called it right. Make free throws, no turnovers and stops. We handle this right. Whichever team decides to play defense is going to be a team that wins. It's going to be us. It's going to be us. We have to make that decision. We have to make that decision.
Inside tracks here on TNT. You hear both coaches huddling the sage advice they gave, but I got to tell you, I love the Norfolk State guys chiming in saying it's going to be us.
I love it too. And, you know, we talk about the spirit of this team and how animated they are and jovial and the communication. We were at practice yesterday and the energy in this building, and they were communicating and screaming and cheering for one another. And that kind of support, that kind of camaraderie is why this program has dominated in the MEAC the last few years.
It was palpable in their practice yesterday.
Oh, it was. It's real.
Mm-hmm. Hampton trying to get things going on the offensive end. 3 attempts, and they called the foul. So the 3 is good by Marquise Godwin, and the foul, an opportunity for a 4-point play.
Yeah, and what a momentum play. I mean, great drive, draw, and dish. Once again, Nesbitt getting in the paint, finding the open shooter. And, of course, I sound like a broken record, but Marquise Godwin haven't really been able to get open most of the game and knock down that 3, a 4-point play opportunity, keeping Hampton in this game.
Godwin with 18 points. He's been impressive.
And Godwin, his 3-point shooting is accounted for 37% of Hampton's made 3-pointers this season.
Goodness.
So he is the shooter, as we talked yesterday with Coach Ed Joyner. And they find him.
Bryant Jr. at the line. The Invesco QQQ Legacy Classic is brought to you by Toyota. Never underestimate the power of a nudge. I'm getting nudged at the table. First, Grant gives me a nudge. Then Dom gives me a nudge, doing our stats. I appreciate very powerful, very, very powerful nudges, gentlemen.
Well, we have a powerful game here with these two opponents, and I tell you, this has been a treat. You know, I thought that first game, Morgan State, Delaware State, was fun to watch, and the intensity of Morgan State sort of flipping that switch. And here, both these teams, it's personal as they get after it on both ends.
Yes, if you're just joining us and you're unfamiliar with these two teams, Hampton and Norfolk are about 15 miles apart. This is called the Battle of the Bay. It is one of the most intense rivalries in college basketball. In college sports.
In college sports, exactly.
Oh, he out this way. This way.
Norfolk State, two-time defending MEAC tournament champions. Three attempts is no good by Nesbitt.
Yeah, Nesbitt just a little off balance on that three. Didn't have a good base as he went up to try to shoot from the corner.
Wide open three, perfectly executed play.
Well, so much of this offensive attack is to get the ball into the hands of that man, Joe Bryant. And I tell you, he knows how to hit some big shots. 25 points here in the second half.
Just over 6 minutes to play. Norfolk State up 71-58 over Hampton. Joe Bryant Jr. with the ball, setting up the offense.
And right now with the lead and sort of in control, they will execute, use that clock, not afraid to get low in the shot clock. As on that play right there, Jones unable to convert. But the defense has been suffocating, really giving Hampton nothing, or not much in the second half. But big fella,
Tyrese Mullen,
stepping outside, showing that range.
Good to see him back out. He's still favoring that ankle, though, I can see.
He's still a little gimpy out there, and that's probably going to be something that's sore tomorrow and the days to come. I know because I've been in that situation.
Yes, you have. Turnaround jumper is good. Chris Bankston. He has really come alive in the second half. Chris Bankston had 0 points in the first half, and now he's got 9. Let's get down to Taylor Rooks.
Thanks, Stephanie. You know, you all see Joe out there moving really well. That, of course, starts with his body. He told me that when he first got to Norfolk State in 2018, he was 230 pounds, but now he's trending around 200. Said he put in a lot of work every day for 3 months to make himself better to reach that next level. In the morning, he'd shoot, then head to the weight room. Later on in the evening, do some running and agility stuff. And now, as you see, he's reaping those benefits and putting on a show right now, Stephanie.
He certainly is, Taylor. It's been very impressive. Two-time MEAC tournament most outstanding player, Grant.
Well, he has been outstanding here tonight, particularly in the second half, answering the challenge from his coach, getting it done on both ends, leading this team, facilitating, scoring big baskets, and bringing that swagger here to Jersey in this Battle of the Bay up north.
Hey, Taylor, I heard he gets it from his mama.
That is right, Stephanie. It might be in the genes. His mom, Helen, was a star basketball player at Penn State. She was the Atlantic 10 at the time, freshman of the year, went on to lead Penn State to 4 consecutive NCAA tournaments, including an Elite 8 appearance. He said his game mirrors her in the way that he is aggressive, the way that he gets out there and plays hard every single time. He said when he gets 2 quick fouls, he jokes he knows exactly where he got that from. Really special relationship, Stephanie.
I love that, Taylor. I mean, it's very impressive. First of all, her resume, stacked. I mean, excellent.
And to think, he only has half her chromosome.
Right.
Imagine if he had the other half.
Exactly. Here's a look at it. Look at Helen Holloway at Penn State, as we heard Taylor Rooks talking about how she starred there. And then her son, Joe Bryant Jr. It's amazing how now in these generations of athletes, you're seeing that they're second-generation collegiate athletes.
It's a fantastic and certainly very fitting here at the Legacy Classic.
Yes.
To talk about the legacy in that family. Fun to watch. And on that drive there to the basket by Dean, obviously was fouled, but on the weak side, Bankston came to try to contest, and it looked like he might have hit the backboard. That might have played a role in that shot not going in. Certainly coming over with authority, contesting. Nothing easy for the Pirates.
Russell Deuce Dean will shoot 2. Makes the first one. Don't miss an action-packed weekend as Utah hosts the NBA's brightest stars. NBA All-Star 2023, February 17th through the 19th, right here on TNT. Deuce misses the second one. Bryant there for the rebound. Three is no good. Tyrese Mullen there. Getting the boards and serving notice.
Yes, indeed. Mullen gets that rebound. Says, get in the weight room, young fella. Wrestling the ball away. Ooh, little elbow to the nose. Okay. That's what happens in the Bay. Fans have been on display, bringing that energy, that excitement. You get a battle on the court between these basketball teams, also awesome. The bands.
Awesome.
A little stepping earlier, different fraternities and sororities from the Divine Nine. Yeah. So it's been a fun day.
You said it earlier. It's been an experience.
There you go.
It's not just a basketball game. This has been a true experience. Deep three. Nesbitt launched with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
You know, the defense of Norfolk State, they really turned the screws here in this second half and just clamped down, and maybe the shot that you'd want if you're Hampton.
Strong finish. Chris Bankston finishing the alley-oop. Another deep three by Nesbitt.
And that was a better three-point shot. He got that off of dribble penetration. Great drive and delivery from Dean. Just couldn't knock it down.
Norfolk State up by 11 with 2:45 to go in the game. The foul called.
Little two-man action, screen and roll. And you know with Bankston, they cleared the side, so no help to come. And just a beautiful pass by Kaheem Brown, finding the open man. And tell you, when you got a big guy who gets up like that, just throw it anywhere near the rim. He'll find it and he'll deliver.
Bankston with 11 points on 5 for 8 shooting. So Kaheem Brown here at the line.
Yeah, Bankston's so bouncy.
I know. It's been fun. Brown makes the first one. Speaking of his hops, Chris Bankston, let's go over to Taylor Rooks.
You know, Stephanie, we are seeing it in this game, but they call Chris Bankston the human highlight reel. But he says, call it whatever you want. I just love dunking the ball. Loves getting the crowd involved. He dunked for the first time in 10th grade and said 2 days later he was windmilling. Loves watching Vince Carter and Blake Griffin dunks. And of course, if you ask him, he says he's the best dunker in the conference.
Of course. Thank you, Taylor. Excuse me, first day dunk, 2 days later, windmill. Hello? Advanced?
Oh, talk about it, yeah. Talking about progressing quickly.
Kaheem Brown skying for that rebound. He brings it up. Near turnover. Oh, it is a turnover. Nesbitt with the deflection. Official saying it was off Joe Bryant.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that right there, but neither does Joe Bryant. But Hampton, give him credit, still fighting, still competing here.
Nesbitt for three. Knocks it down.
And finally, Nesbitt had missed a few of them right there, and they're now trying to get back in the game. Full court pressure. See if there's a little run and jump opportunity defensively, but Norfolk State values the basketball, and it helps when you have a floor leader like Joe Bryant.
10-point game, 1:50 to go. Joe Bryant with the runner, and it's good, and that is a new season high for Joe Bryant Jr.
And only had 8 points at halftime, 19 here in the second half. So on the big stage, stepping up big time.
27 for you mathematically challenged folks.
Well, the luxury that Robert Jones has. Oh, cookies.
Turnover.
Right there. Thea still competing, taking the cookies from Bryant.
Hey, it's an 8-point game.
It is.
Aggressive, but no bucket. Just under a minute to go. It is an 8-point game. Hampton trying to attack, and they call travel.
You know, it's a turnover right there, and Ed Joyner felt like it was a charge, but I think you got to call either a charge or a block in that situation. Just too much contact as Nesbitt tries to kind of dribble and go over top of Bryant right there, and Joyner certainly has an argument. Looked like definitely a block or a charge or something. I'm not sure, but a lot of contact.
Certainly was. Much to the dismay of Coach Joyner.
Obviously, every possession now counts for Hampton. You've got to trap and get the ball out of Bryant's hand. He's just too savvy.
Norfolk moving the ball around, wasting no time and shooting.
Norfolk didn't need to shoot that. No. Take time. Take your time.
Behind the back. 2 attempt is no good. Nesbitt trying to hustle and make the right play. Only 33.6 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, no, Norfolk State right now, they not ideal in terms of handling this end-of-game situation, nursing this lead. The clock is your friend. Quick shots, obviously getting the ball out of Bryant's hands. Missed layup, missed three-pointer. Hampton trying to give their all, just not enough offensive firepower against this stingy defense. Still hustling right here. Nesbitt going after the loose ball. Try to throw it off the leg of Tate, and it might have actually hit Tate, hit the ground out of bounds before it hit Nesbitt's leg. You know, I don't have great vision, so I'd have to see that again, but they're going to review right now. Looks like Nesbitt was trying to hit the ball out of bounds on Tate.
All right, the call's been made.
Yeah, the officials reviewed it, and it's Norfolk State basketball. I'm so glad I'm not an official.
Who are you telling?
It's too much pressure. Oh.
And you're never going to please everybody.
And people yelling and coaches yelling at me, I'd be teching up everybody. You're out of here.
You get attacked. You get attacked.
Everybody,
you get attacked.
You're out of here.
It's a hard job, man.
Jump ball.
And it's still Norfolk ball right there, but you got to be careful catching the ball in the corner. You know a trap's going to come. Great hands right there, deflection, almost a steal. And certainly the ball goes back to the Spartans here.
30 seconds left in the game. Hampton trying to apply some pressure, maybe force a turnover, but get the foul there.
Yeah, and Bryant's smart. You know, you take the trap and you split the trap. You try to go through the trap. He's a strong guy, big, has a great feel, and now gets an opportunity to go to the free throw line and add to his scoring output here for tonight. You say it was 19 points in the second half?
Yep, he's got 27 points, which is a new season high for Bryant. Every bucket, every point now, a new season high. He started off 1 for 3 from the field, Bryant did. 1 for 5 even. Since then, he's been a perfect 8 for 8.
Well, what's impressive, I mean, anytime on the collegiate level you go and put 21 points up in a half,
right.
I mean, that doesn't happen much, but you understand and see firsthand the special, unique talent that he displays.
Re-attempt is no good by Godwin. Norfolk State just trying to seal the deal. Up by 10 now, 81-71, 16.2 seconds left. It's nothing but now. I was going to say something. I don't even know if it's politically correct. I'm going to stop myself.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. But no, I mean, you know, it's interesting. I mean, how lucky have we been to be treated here to this Michael B. Jordan Legacy Classic and to have this battle in the Bay, and obviously our first game, just really a festival of basketball excellence in the HBCU world, and it's been fun to bring to the audience at home, and these coaches, these teams, these bands, these fans, everything has been spectacular.
It's been amazing. Ooh. And he's not giving up anything, Grant.
Oh, man.
Game is over, and Bankston says, not today.
Not today. The Battle of the Bay.
It is real, ladies and gentlemen. Our Taylor Rooks reported on it at the start of this game.
And that was spectacular, even to the end. First of all, the challenge by Nesbitt, and then Bankston. Look at it, showing some sportsmanship, going over. I don't know if he was checking on him or just saying something to him, but a confrontation at the rim, all ball. And that right there pretty much sums up this game and this team, Norfolk State, competing all 40 minutes tonight.
My goodness. Look at Joe Bryant Jr. He's agreeing. He said, not today.
Oh, Dikembe Mutombo finger wave right there.
Why Norfolk State back-to-back MEAC tournament champions. It's been fun, Grant.
It has been.